Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm super excited to share with you more about my Pilates teacher training journey. I have some tips and tricks for you and some updates, so let's go ahead and get into the video. In my previous video, I kind of let you know a little bit about me and about the training that I am doing. So if you haven't watched that, click out of this video and go back to the first video to see that and get some extra details, and then come back to this video. An update for where I am now. We are about 6 weeks in to the Pilates training. And I say we because I'm doing the training with one other person. It's a pretty small class. We have, of course, the one instructor, and then it's just the two of us students taking the course this time around. So it's really nice to be able to ask questions whenever we need and to work the schedule around what fits us best. So far, we have been taking it one module at a time, and we are past the anatomy module, and we are also past the mat Pilates portion of the training. So that module is complete, and we are now entering into the reformer part of the training. So the reformer module we started, and we are covering that information now. Super exciting to learn more about the reformer, all the parts. That was definitely one of my concerns going in. That was my first question I asked. I was like, when we got the book for this reformer part of the module, I was like, okay, my first question is, are we going to go over the parts of the reformer? Because right now, I do not know the parts of the reformer, and that is something I've got to learn before we do anything else in this book. And my teacher told me, yes, that is the first thing we are going to learn. And so that is what we are covering right now at the moment. She did tell us that we will be learning um, really in depth about the reformer, so I'm really excited to continue to dive into that and see all the things we're going to learn before we move on to applying the exercises onto the reformer. During this training, I've really had to focus on my study habits. In college, I will say I was a pretty good studier as far as like overall. But now taking this training where it is in depth, lots of details, you're learning anatomy, you're learning exercises, breath work, all those things combined together can be a little bit overwhelming. So, my study habits so far have been using flashcards, digital flashcards, reading the textbooks. I learn best by like reading things over and over again and repetition and doing them in person. So, doing those exercises, watching videos of the exercises, and all of those good things. So far, it's really helped me to retain the information. So, I'm very glad about that. I will say some tips for anyone who is thinking about taking their Pilates teacher training or embarking on their Pilates journey and they just want to learn more. I would say, whatever way you learn best, hone in on that and apply that to the exercises, the breath work, the anatomy, all of those good things, because it will only help you retain the information as the weeks go on, and as you're going through the modules, it will only help you. So that is my number one big piece of advice right now for where I'm at in the Pilates teacher training. So far in the training, I will say my least favorite exercise is the roll up. Now, I don't want to get any flack for this, but the roll up seems very easy when you're watching someone do it. But the exercise, in my opinion, is very hard. So I have been practicing the roll up and I've been trying to get it. So hopefully by the end of this, I'll be able to do a smooth roll up. It'll look really nice. But so far, that's my least favorite because it's the most challenging for me on my body. So it's definitely something that I practice often, and I'm going to continue to practice and keep hitting hard on until I am able to get it. My most favorite exercise, and this is kind of a hard one. Well, yeah, they're all hard. I will say My most favorite exercise would be the 100. Now, I think the 100 is my favorite because I struggled with it at first, and then after taking this training and becoming a student in the training, I've got to learn more about the exercise and then apply it to my life. So, in the 100, it's breath work, it's warming up your body, it's working your core, all of those things. And I think my most favorite part about it is now I am know how to count the 100. So if you are already a Pilates instructor or you're wanting to become a Pilates instructor, learning how to count the 100 is something that you will have to do. And that is something that I've gotten better with. So I feel pretty good that I've gotten better with it. And it's easily become my favorite exercise to do and to take in class. Other things that I've noticed while in the Pilates training is a mind shift change, and that will be towards exercise. So at the beginning of the training, I knew what Pilates was, or I thought I knew what Pilates was, and I had kind of like my own assumptions and my own opinions about Pilates. And after being in this training for the first 6 weeks, I've learned so much about the history of Pilates and about what Pilates can actually do for your body. And it's very impressive and very exciting. It makes me excited for the future to come and all the things that I will learn. And so, yeah, I've definitely had a mind shift change on Pilates. And it's, of course, changed for the better, only improved. And I will say now I am looking at people and being like, they should do Pilates. And whenever I hear people say, like, oh, I've got this going on with my body, or I really want to work on this while working out, I'm like, you should try Pilates. You should give it a try if you never tried it. Or I find myself saying, hey, have you tried Pilates? Or whenever I'm done with my Pilates training, I want to invite you to come take one of my classes or invite you to come now. We could take a class together. So I've definitely seen that mind shift change. And another like funny, weird thing in this training, I've noticed that I've been having dreams about studying. I don't know, but I will wake up and be like, I was just studying in my dream. I just, it's too much, but I just find that funny because before I was not having dreams about studying Pilates, and now I am. I want to show you a little bit more behind the scenes with training and studying, so let's get into it. I often like to change my study location. So here I'm at a Starbucks studying. I love to go to different coffee shops or just change the environment when I'm studying. I find it helps me with retaining the information and being focused. The old school flashcard method is what I'm using for the mat Pilates portion of the studying. I like to keep my cards on a ring. My partner in class, she was doing this and I was like, hey, that might help me too. So here I am kind of going through the ones that I've done and starting on the ones that I haven't done. Here's one of my study sessions. So the studio that I am taking this course through allows us to watch Mat Pilates videos online on their website. So I'm following along the video, being able to study and take a Mat Pilates class. This helps with the doing part of the studying. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to comment more that you want to know as far as the Pilates training or any questions that I might be able to answer, and like this video and subscribe so you can be on this journey with me throughout the Pilates teacher training. I'll see you next time.